Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Paschata Deshatarine Namaste Kiva Jayo Jayo Gora Chade Arati Kashobha Kiva Jayo Jahana Vitata Bane Jagamana Lobha Kiva Dakhina Nitai Chat Bame Gadadharo Kiva Dakhin Nikate Adaita Shrini Vasha Chatradhara Kiva Boshe Achen Gorachat Ratna Singhashane Kiva Boshe Ararati Karana Brahma Adi Devagane Kiva Nara Hari Adi Kari Chamara Dholaya Kiva Nara Sanjaya Mukunda Basu Goswad Gaya Shiva Shankha Baje Ghanta Baje Baje Karatala Kiva Ar Madhura Mridanga Baje Paramarashala শঙ্খ বাজে ঘণ্টা বাজে মধুর 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 বাজে শঙ্খ বাজে ঘণ্টা বাজে মধুর 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 বাজে গৌরাঙ্গের আরতি মাঝে মধুর 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 বাজে শঙ্খ বাজে ঘণ্টা বাজে মধুর 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 বাজে শঙ্খ বাজে ঘণ্টা বাজে মধুর 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 বাজে কিবা বহু কোটি চন্দ্র জিনে বদনায় জালা কিবা বহু আর গল দেশে বনমালা কার ঝালমালা শিবা শিবা সুখ নারদা প্রেমে গদা গদ শিবা শিবা আর ভক্তি বেনাদ দেখে গোরার সম্পাদা কিবা জয় জয় গোরা চাঁদে আরতি কশোভা কিবা জয় জাহানাবিতাট বনে জাগমনলো ভা জয় শ্রী কৃষ্ণ চৈতন্য প্রভু নিত্যানন্দ শ্রী অদ্বৈত গদাধর শিবাসাদি গৌর ভক্ত বৃন্দ জয় শ্রী জয় শ্রী কৃষ্ণ চৈতন্য প্রভু নিত্যানন্দ Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. बोलिए बोलिए सब लोग, everyone. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Please raise your hand, everybody. Everybody. And chant loudly. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. It's too slow. More louder, okay? Little more louder. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango. Nitai Gaurango, Nitai Gaurango. Nitai Gaurango, Gaura Hare. Gaura, Gaura, Gaura Hare. Jai Sachinandana Gaura Hare. Patita Pavana Gaura Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Namaha. Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Gopal Govinda Ram Shimadushudan. Gopal Govinda Ram Shimadushudan. Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mahan. Giridhari Gopinath Madana Maha Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Namaha Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Swami Jai Jagannath. Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Swami Jai Jagannath. Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra. Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra. Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami, Nayana Patagami Bhavato Me. Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami, Nayana Patagami Bhavato Me. Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami, Nayana Patagami Bhavato Me. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Shri Radhi. Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Jagannatha, Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Nitai Gashundar, Jaya Nitai Gashundar, Nitai Gashundar, Jaya Nitai Gashundar. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitrila Parishajang Vishnupat, Paramahansa Paribrajagacharya, Ashtatra Sadashi Srimat, Abhay Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Goswami Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Param Bhagavata Srila Gorkishore Darbaji Maharaj Ki Jai, Sachidananda Srila Bhakti Vedanta Thakur Ki Jai, Vaishnava Sarvabhaumata Srila Jagannath Darbaji Maharaj Ki Jai, Sri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath Sri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath Sarva Goswami Prabhugan Ki Jai, Prem Sheko Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Adaita Gadadhar Shiva Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai, Shri Shri Mayapur Navadip Dham Ki Jai, Shri Shri Ganga Maya Jamuna Maya Ki Jai, Shri Shri Bhakti Devi Tulsi Maharani Ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Syama Kunda Radha Kunda Grivadhan Ki Jai, Shri Shri Vrindavan Mathura Dham Ki Jai, Shri Dwarkapuri Dham Ki Jai, Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani Ki Jai, Jagannath Purishad Dham Ki Jai, Samaved Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Pramanande Haribol. All glorious assembled devotees, all glorious assembled devotees, all glorious assembled devotees, all glorious Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga.
Namaste Narasimbhaya. Namaste Narasimbhaya. Prahladalanadaine. Prahladalanadaine. Hiranyakashi Purvakshaha. Shilatankanatayane. Ito Nrsinga Bharato Nrsinga. Yato Yato Yamitato Nrsinga. Ahir Nrsinga Hridaya Nrsinga. Nrsingamadhim saranam prapade. Tava kana kamalabhare natamabhuta shringaya. Atalita hiranyakashipu Tadavinda. Keshravariva naradiruva Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Oh Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Nrsingadev, Nrsingadev, Jaya Nrsingadev, Nrsingadev, Sringadev, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad. Nitai Gaura Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Nitai Gaura Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Nitai Gaura Hari. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nrsinga Bhagwan ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. So thank you everyone to coming to Klinagram Dham, Baltimore, the abode of Nitai Gaur Sundar, Jagannath Subhadramai, Shri Shri Radha Madhav. Hari Bol. First of all, thank you all the pujaris. The dress TT is so beautiful. You can loud Hari Bol for them, please. We'll thank you, our temple devotees. Thank you, Prabhuji. Krishna Prasad, sorry, Siddh Sarup Das and Panch Prabhu for cooking wonderful feast today. So it'll be really nice prasada. We have two sponsors today. First is Sandeep Mehta Prabhu and family sponsoring for this father, Grish Mehta and father-in-law Sarvji Sharma. Please come. You can loud Haribol for them, please. Thank you, Prabhuji. Haribol. And then take blessings. May Krishna bless them and the whole family. Also, Kiran Prabhu is sponsoring for Dr. Malti Patel, who came all the way from Indiana. So please, Mataji, come. Blessings. Mata is an anesthesiologist and just came to see the deities and be part of the whole program. So thank you for coming, Mataji. Mata, you can put the garland on it, please. Shampoo, you have announcements? Yesterday we have an amazing program. Our Lord Jagannath Subhadram went all the way to Virginia for a beautiful Rath Yatra. Almost 1,000, 1,200 people were there. It was really a wonderful program. And now they're back. They're happy because he got so much offerings. Lord Jagannath can fast for a few days now. He's happy.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So, talking about a wonderful program, we have another wonderful program coming up. That's going to be, who can guess? What's the next program? Dasera. Yes, I heard it. So, we are celebrating Dasera on October 1st. That is Saturday. And program will be here as usual, our same place. And a few tips for that day, parking and other things, because it gets really chaotic. We keep announcing every Sunday and an important festival that there is no parking in front of the school, because the school has told us strictly not to park over in that area. You can utilize the parking lot, the school's main parking lot on the side. Also, you can park in our lot that day. Our lot will be open. And you can park there. We have a lot of parking at the Meller Avenue also, because we are seeing that we are going to get a lot of people from, based on the Facebook leads, we can say that a lot of people will be there since it's a Saturday also. So the programs will start around this time, 5 o'clock onwards. We'll have Kirtan, Bhajan program here inside. Then we are going to go from here, and then, of course, we'll have the Ravana burning part outside. And then we'll come back in for Prasadam. So those are the few points that we want to mention. So please cooperate. On the day of the Shera, there will be no parking on this side. So there will be volunteers. Please cooperate with them, and please put your cars in the school or in these areas that mentioned. There will be no parking on this side on that day because of the safety and a lot of people gathering over here. So this is the announcement. And of course, next Sunday onwards, we'll start announcing about Diwali and Govardhan Puja and all other information. Thank you very much.
And also after that, we are starting this year with Karthik is starting on the 9th, which is Saturday, and that will be a very beautiful day. We'll be celebrating of the Kartik Purnima. We will be decorating Radha and Krishna in a beautiful full moon Purnima day, like in Vrindavan. And it'll be very, very wonderful. If you haven't seen that, it's really beautiful program. This is the first day of Kartik. We'll also have Yashoda Damodar will be outside, so you can do Deepdan also. And the whole month will be very exciting, very wonderful. Every day there'll be Deepdan. I think it says there in Kartik, whoever comes and does the one Deepdan, he get 1,000 times more benefit than any time after that. And anybody does any austerities, you get 1,000 times more benefit. But if you do anything wrong, you get 1,000 times down also for that. So please be careful during Kartik. It's a wonderful, joyous occasion. The whole temple is lit up with so much lights and deeps and everything. And I think we'll all want you to be there, be part of the program. So thank you so much. Appreciate it. So first we'll do, as always, to focus the mind, we do something called the chanting of the holy names. The holy names chanting is so important in this Kali Yuga. They said you don't have to do any sacrifices, anything else there. Just by chanting the holy name, you can get rid of the sins which you haven't even committed. Such amazing thing. It says that a Muslim guy, even he's saying, thank you, Prabhuji. A Muslim guy, he says haram when he sees something disgusting. And he says haram, haram, haram. But by that time, he says haram and becomes ram, haram. That means just by saying that, all his sins can be destroyed. So it's a very, holy name is very, very powerful. And in ISKCON, by Sripad Prabhupada's mercy, Lord Chaitanya's mercy, we know all the practitioners for like long, long time, 30 years, that once you get the chanting, you can't give it up because it gives you fulfillment and happiness, which nobody can get from. Nobody can get you from material happiness. So today we'll chant. Those who are new, what we do is we first chant the mantra here, and then after that, the Hare Krishna mantra is on the other side. If you don't know what the spelling for that one, you can read that and go through that. We'll be quick. 10 minutes we'll chant together, and just hear the vibrations of each devotee. It makes me very happy, because it says that most important, the topic today also we'll discuss is most important is associating devotees. When you associate devotees, you talk to them in a loving manners, the devotee blesses you and you get purified and you advance in Krishna consciousness. So we'll chant. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakt Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakt Vrinda Hare Krishna. Whenever you're going through any distresses, any tension in life, anytime you just pick up these beads and just chant the holy name, and guarantee you that distress will be gone or it will be minimized. Because Krishna empowers this holy name in this Kali Yuga that any kind of distress is minimized just by chanting. So we'll do. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे जय निताई गौरा सुंदर जय निताई गौरा सुंदर निताई गौरा सुंदर जय निताई गौरा सुंदर जय जगन्नाथ बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जय राधा माधव राधे जय प्रभुपदा शिल प्रभुपदा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा His Divine Grace AC Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य अज्ञानञ्जय शलाख्य चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। श्री चैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपं गदामह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवं च श्रीरूपं सग्रजातं सगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं सद्वैतं सवधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितं च Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishta Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashte Ishtarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakt Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So I'd like to take blessings of all the devotees so that I could empower and see the right words come from my right mouth without offending anybody. So today's topic is very important in our lives because this thing, the word called lust, can destroy devotional life if not handled properly. So today we'll be talking from chapter 3 Bhagavad-Gita, verse will be 37. So it says, Shri Bhagwan Uvacha Kam Esha Krodesha Rajoguna Samudbhava Mahashno Mahapapma Vidhi Enam Iha Varinam. Translation, Shri Prabhupada, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, it is lust only, Arjun, which is born of contact with material mode of passion and later transformed to wrath, which is the all-devouring sinful enemy of this world. So the Bhagavad-Gita is a very ancient script, and for those who don't know about Bhagavad-Gita, this was spoken in the battlefield when Arjun developed some emotions towards his uncles, everybody who were on the opposite side. And during that time, he was filled with a lot of emotions and he started asking Krishna questions. So it's said that Arjuna is a liberated devotee, how he can get those doubts. But it says that when Lord has to teach somebody, he teaches through a devotee. He said just like a mother has to teach her daughter-in-law, she punishes her daughter to teach the daughter-in-law. That's how it used to happen. Now it's different aspects altogether. So this question arises. Arjuna in the previous verse asked him, "Oh Krishna, if you say that everybody knows that we should not do sins, then why do people do sins? If we know that if we do this sin, we'll get captured. Like a thief knows that if he steals somebody, he'll put in prison, but he still does it. A person knows that he should not do some kind of cheating, or do some kind of lusty desires or something, or any kind of things, like do gambling or meat eating. He knows from inside it's not done. Then why do people do that? If they know that there will be punishment for that in this life, next life, they should not do that." So this is a very valid question Arjuna asked him. And some people who are inquisitive, they will ask the same question too. Why does this happen? If Krishna is Supreme Father, he knows that by doing this, you will be suffered. Then why does he not sitting inside as super soul, Supreme Lord, guide us for that one? Lust has different meanings. Definition lust is very different. One writer writes on lust is, if you throw your wife or husband in front of a bus, or you comes in front of a bus, and if you don't go and jump in front of her, then it's lust. That, oh, let her go. But if you jump in front of her to save her, that is love. So similarly, our Krishna consciousness is like that too. If we don't develop the relationship with the Lord, everything we do, we don't develop the relationship for that, that is lust. But develop relationship, that is love. How? Like the food. Every food items has life in there. Whether it's animals, whether it's plants, they are life souls. But then somebody asked that, if that's the case, that why vegetarians not getting the sins for that? In short time, because we follow, just like when we are in school, a teacher tells us what to do. We don't know our own intelligence. Teachers say we follow that. So Krishna is the supreme teacher. He tells us, Patra pushpam phalam toyam yo bhakta prayachati. That if you give me food, you can give me vegetable, fruit, water or something, I'll accept it. So we just followed Krishna tells us. That means if you do the vegetables, all the stuff, and you offer to Krishna with love, he'll accept it and you don't get a sins for that. But if you consume without offering, then you're part of the sinful action for that. So in that way, Arjuna is asking this question for that one. And it's a very beautiful question. And Prabhupada writes down that a living entity is originally very spiritual because he's pure. There is no contamination. But somehow over the time when he desired that something happened that he wants to enjoy just like God, then the modes of material nature capture him. What are material modes of material nature? Goodness, passion, and ignorance. That's called karma. When they attack him, then he becomes lusty. Soul itself is very pure. But soul, when it gives a covering, subtle body, mind, intelligence, ego, or the gross body, when it covers up, it gets contaminated, and that time, it develops all these relationships, senses everything, otherwise they're pure. So the thing is there that where is all this origin of this lust comes through? Is it in material world, spiritual world? Everything comes through, the origin of everything is Supreme Lord. So it comes through Supreme Lord, but that's a love there, and when it comes to material world, it becomes lust. Now the same lust, if it devoteal in Lord's service, becomes love. Just like the gopis. They had lust for Krishna, but it wasn't real lust. It was pure and contaminated love for Krishna. People said lust, but it's pure contaminated love. So they became the greatest devotees of the world, higher than anybody else there. So anything which is dovetailed and properly, that becomes the highest principle for that one. So then it says that there was a story of Lord Chaitanya meeting that, when people know that this is sinful, does it not happen to everybody? They find out we should not do that. Because, and actually it happens to everyone. When a person, the killer, when he's trying to kill the first person, he always hesitates. Because something inside is telling, don't do that, don't do that. But if you overcome the first one, second time you'll be like 50% less. Third time you'll say, I'm going to kill like that. If you see story of all the dons, everybody do like this. There's a story of Lord Chaitanya when he went to Maharashtra. And there's a place, there I forgot the name. There the pujaris, what they were doing is unmarried girls, they were coming them, oh, you need husband? This is what you're going to do. You take a vow that whatever I tell you, you'll follow. So he was saying, coming there and said, okay, Lord is your husband. And a Lord is telling you that you collect for Lord money, you kill for Lord, you become prostitute for Lord. And those girls were so innocent, they didn't know. They said, maybe Lord is saying. So the first time they tried to hit somebody or kill somebody or rob somebody, they had this conscience, oh, we should not do that, we should not do that. Because somebody was telling inside. And they came out to the pujari, he said, no, you will suffer double sins if you do that. So then they start killing and became prostitutes. When Lord Chaitanya saw, he was so handsome, so the girls wanted to enjoy with him. But then Lord Chaitanya saw them as pure devotees, pure souls. And he said, you chant with me and your life will be perfect. So become chanted. And they become perfect. Not even that, they become top-class Vaishnava, and 1,000 people become Vaishnavas for that. So the question is there that if you're guided by the right person, then all your propensities can be taken away. But lust is very dangerous also. It says that, what does lust say in this one? Maha-ashno, maha-vari. What is maha-ashno? Ashno means eating. Maha means big. That means the one who devours everything. So lust is like fire. You put ghee on a fire, it inflates like that. Doesn't stop, right? Keep putting ghee, it goes. So lust is like that. The more you put in there, the more it will inflate. So it says that the problem with that lust is because there is nobody guidance through. But it requires our sincerity. If we are sincere, and more than sincerity is a determination. It says, Vevasmita buddhi eka kuru nandana. That those who are resolute in this pathway, in Krishna consciousness, their path is one. That means Krishna consciousness. But those who are not sincere or determined, their path is multiple. That means lust, anger, greed, or another type of different gyan, every kind of things can be part of that. So it's very important that sincerity and determination to control lust is very important. More than that is association of the right-minded people. If you're the right association devotees who tells you, as you're doing wrong, Prabhu, this is how I felt, please forgive me your offenses, but I do that. This is how a devotee should be. And Bhagavad-Gita says that a truth should be spoken in a way which doesn't hurt somebody, but you should be truthful for that. So devotees should have relationship with each other in such a way that they share these realizations and prosper. So how you control lust? First is determination, very important. Right association devotees. The one, now you don't want to have like, if you are like exceeding, and you have lower person, oh, he's just starting neophyte, started coming there. If you associate, he's going to say, man, chhod lust, go out, let's enjoy like that. He will do like this. So they're different things. So you have to see the right mind people who will go. What is the right minded person? The one who avoids any kind of offenses. Offenses is one thing which can really curtail your bhakti forward and can put you in this lust, anger, greed situation. So you have to really see who is progressing by realizing what's going on for that one. So then we come to the problem is there. Lord Krishna has stated that one should not come under the influence of attraction and aversion to the senses, right? So Arjuna considered this to be very impossible because attraction and aversion is part of this life. Whenever you're doing that, it is there. So then question arises that why do people are impelled for that one? Arjuna wanted to know what is the strong impetus for that. So then this next verse comes through, which is one of the most important verses in Bhagavad-Gita, that it says that kamesh krodesh. That is, by kam means lust, krodh means anger. So what is lust? It is associated mode of passion. When associated mode of passion, that is lust. And how does lust produced? Lust is produced when the mind, the desires in the mind is there. See, mind is there. There are three places it says site of lust. Senses, mind, intelligence are there. Three places of lust. Now, senses are there. Senses, if they're looking, who are senses? Eyes, ears, everything. Now, if your senses are looking at, say, for example, a pretty girl, and you look at the girl, immediately a connection with sense object create desires. And the desires come and touches the mind. And then mind starts thinking, oh, wow, this is nice. I should go with the girl. I should do. You're chanting and you're saying, oh, the girl has come to the temple. I should go out and talk to her, get married, everything else. Like. So this happens sometimes. That's why when you're chanting, you should close your eyes. Because chanting and somebody comes, oh my God, this is nice. I should get married now or something. So this happens. So these desires are very, very dangerous. Senses connect with sense object, then comes to the mind, and then mind start thinking. And what it sends signals to? Intelligence. And where is intelligence sitting? It's the next door neighbor of soul. So soul, so intelligence thinking, man, go enjoy, go enjoy, go enjoy. The soul which was thinking of Krishna suddenly thinks about woman right now. So the whole thing is gone. So these three places, but out of these places said that the most important, most dangerous is senses. Because if you don't allow senses to get connected with a sense object, the desires won't produce. Lord Chaitanya, one time when he was in, Lord teaches by his example. So he was going Jagannath Puri, and he heard this lady singing so beautifully. Just by singing in the ears, he got so mesmerized, started running toward them. So just think about Lord, Supreme Lord, who can, even Cupid cannot control him. He's getting controlled by singing of a lady. So he runs after that, and he's coming very close to see the lady. Suddenly his servant holds his feet. Lord, there's a lady, there's Mata, you singing there. He said, oh my God. He said, Govinda, thank you so much. You protected me from this day. The senses are so strong. These ears are so strong. So when Lord Chaitanya is showing by his principle that if you don't use your senses at the right place, if you don't proper, then mind can get astray completely. So what does Amrish Maharaj did? Each of his senses was dovetailed in Lord's service. His eyes were looking at Lord. His ears was only listening to Krishna Katha. His feet was traveling only to the temple. His hands were cooking and offering beautiful things for that one. That is perfect. So our life should be like that. If we want to stay away from lust, and lust is not just for women. Lust could be of money also. You're lusty for money. Lust could be for anything, eating also. Like there's a plate of thali coming through Lord and you're cooking and they said, oh my God, this is so nice. I'm going to eat after that. So you're doing bhoga and you're looking at Pujari looking at bhoga. Wow, this is rasgulla. So I think before somebody else takes it, I'm going to take it on the side and eat it later. So what happened? These are very subtle things. These are very subtle changes which comes to the life. You don't even know like that. So we have to be very, very careful. And it's very subtle, slowly. First you will say ignore, oh no, I should be careful. And then slowly, mind will say, man, just take another step. And then slowly, you get carried away completely. So it says that those three places, you have to really control yourself. And then it says that, Krishna says, the calm age. So if lust is in mode of passion, because all these things are mode of passion. So if lust, if is not able to enjoy lust, if it's hindered, what happens? Anger. Becomes angry. And that is mode of ignorance. So just see the gradation. First, you're in Krishna conscious. You're doing everything right. So devotees, you're doing everything right. Suddenly, you got something in your eyes or ears, something, and now you become lusty. And now you want to enjoy that. And you can, for example, some people, Bollywood movies, Brahmastra is a new movie. And you're thinking, oh, we should go to the movie or something, right? And you go and it's sold out. What happened? That whole lust becomes anger now. I'm going to burn this place now. I couldn't get a ticket or something like that. So these small subtle examples are there that lust, if it's not satisfied, becomes wrath or anger. And that what anger does, it burns like fire. Means it causes mahapapma. It says mahapapma, greater sinner. Just like lust is all devouring, it takes away everything. There's no end of lust. Similarly, it is there. Then it says, next thing is there. What does lust do? Then there's some questions which come. I was making some. Can it be controlled somehow? Can lust be controlled? We discussed about that. Yes. If the mode of passion or ignorance can be raised to mode of goodness, then lust can be controlled. So very simple. It's not difficult to control it there. If you can just transfer your mode of passion, ignorance to mode of goodness in Krishna consciousness, then the whole lust can be controlled. How? You have husband, wife, you have to get married together, husband, wife. The house becomes Krishna consciousness. You want a kid, you do Garbhodhan Sanskar. You do all something properly. You chant, your house becomes Krishna conscious. Keeps Krishna center, not your wife in the center, kids in the center. Your Krishna in the center. Then the whole house becomes spiritualized. Then there is no entry of lust at all. Because Krishna himself takes your devotee. The person who keeps completely surrendered, Krishna says, Kante pratijanahi name bhaktya pranishyati. That means Kante declare, Arjun, my devotee can never perish. Which devotee is that? The one who's 24/7 is always thinking about Krishna. More than his family, anything else there. Because he has firm belief that, Lord, my family, you'll take care of maintenance. You see so many great stories of great saints who had no care for a family, but then Krishna was taking care of that. There's Tukaram saints, so many great there. And similarly, we never have to worry about that one. Prabhupada says in Ishopanishad very nicely that, we worry about food, we worry about shelter, but food is everywhere. Shelter is everywhere. You can sleep on the tree also. But we still want to make these mansions. We still want to make big places. We still want to eat extra. He said, Prabhupada says in Ishopanishad rightly, right? There's a paddy of rice. A bird will take a little bit, some animal will take a little bit. A human will take the whole bag. So you see, there is no end to lust. We want to have everything maximum. You have something, like dollars, somebody's giving dollars. Somebody say, okay, I take $1, and it's for everybody. You come around, put some head, and take another dollar like that. So you're changing yourself to get, because there's no end to lust. Human being, until they're Krishna conscious, they want to do more and more. Just think about those millionaires. They want to become billionaires. Billionaires want trillionaires. There's no end. They all want to do more. But is there an end to that? Is there an end to wealth? Is there any end to lust? No. It says that, it says that lust can never be satisfied. It can be controlled by putting Krishna conscious, but can never be satisfied. It's like ghee over fire. If you put ghee, it goes over, right? It never comes down. Then somebody says that, oh, that means, well, there is another extreme also. Lust can be satisfied if you do too much lusty desires also. It's like if you put too much ghee in fire, fire can get extinguished. But then you can think about what your reactions in the next life will be for that one. So His Holiness Radha Maharaj gave a very nice relationship with that one. He said lust is like itching. You know what itching is? Kharoch marna. He said the more you itch, the more you feel doing more. And you keep itching, you feel very good. Oh, wow, feels good for some time. Then what happens? Slowly after some time you said, I think I'm missing something. You keep scratching. And you keep scratching. Ultimately what happens? Becomes a sore or something, becomes pus, everything, right? So then you suffer through consequences. So there is no end to satisfy the lust. The only thing you can do is just do the right thing, put your Krishna conscious, you can do that. So then the next question is there. Yes, after fulfilling desire, say you become lusty and you get what you want. You'll be happy, right? Lust is finished, you move on. Just like sex, you have sex one time, you're done, right? No. It says that, it says? This lust is a great devourer, and it's impossible to satisfy the expectation of lusty desires. Never can be satisfied at all. Even great saints sometimes have become lusty and got carried away for that one. We saw Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra was great king, very Maharishi. He's almost this far away to become the most perfect sage in the history. But what happened? Indra got really scared. So he sent Urvashi. And then he really got Urvashi or Menka, I don't know who, one of them. There's too many Gandharis come from out top, so I don't know which one came through, disrupt that. So, and he fell down. So similarly, Shaubari Muni, he was there. He was just walking, he was Nastic Brahmachari. But just by seeing in the water two fishes copulating, he ejaculated semen and a great sage was born. So you can imagine that this can never be satisfied. Even great sages can fall down. So the only require is that you stay humble. You stay very humble, because once the big thing of lust is, in the world we know that when you become a position and people say, Prabhu, you are awesome, you speak very nicely, or you great book distribution. You said, yeah, keep going. And then there's no end so much that you just blow it up like that. And one day, your whole thing will be gone completely. So there is no end to it at all. So first is, anytime say something, you should always remember the three things. Trinadapi Sunij, the third verse of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Be more humbler than the grass on the street, more tolerant than a tree. Divide of any false self-respect, give respect to everyone else there. Very important points. If a devotee wants to expand in Krishna consciousness, these four principles has to follow. And the most important principle is to be humble. Because if you become humble, then king can be done for that one. So then the next question arises that, this very nice word just says that, is there any degrees of lust? Means is lust the same degree or there's different degrees of lust? Krishna says, yes. Lust has different degrees also. It's like, just like we say, good, better, best. So lust has good, better, best. Best lust is one who gets the most. So it says that, he gives an example. What example he gives? He gives us dhumena avrita. That is dhumen avrita. Avrita, dhumen is smoke. Amrita avahaniyar. That means just like fire is covered by smoke. Then second one, what he says, yatha adarsho malena. Adarsho means mirror. Malena is dust. Just like a dust, the mirror is covered by dust. And the third one, yatha albena avrita. Avrita is covered, just like a womb. The embryo is covered by the womb in front, right? So there are 3 degrees of lust. First one is when a fire is there, right? When the smoke is there, coming fire. What does that mean? There is always fire in the smoke. So it's what is mean? It's like a human being. That human being is almost there into what is the goal of human being? To be highly civilized, right? To see what the goal of life is there. Why I'm here. Why I'm going through this miseries of birth, death, and old age. Why nobody can teach us. We have 33 million demigods. Nobody can teach a cycle of birth and death. Only Krishna tells in Bhagavad-Gita. So why I'm suffering through that? What is it called? Athata Brahm Jigyasa. The goal of human being is why I'm suffering, why I'm here, why I'm suffering, why I'm not always happy, why I have happiness, distress, why sometimes happy, sometimes distress, why is that person always miserable, that person is always happy. These things will come into buying. But the question is there that that situation is our human beings. But then human beings are 3 levels too. So we'll go through that one. The next one is Adarsho Malena. That means dust covering the mirror. Dust covering the mirror. That lust is in birds and animals. You see monkeys, everybody, wherever they go, they can just, there's no wife system there. You can pick up any she monkey and enjoy with her. And the third one is Yatha Alpena Mahartha. Avrata. That means womb. That's a deepest lust. What means? That they were so lusty, now they're in the form of tree. Means their consciousness is so much covered, just like a womb. Embryo is so much covered with the covering outside that he cannot perceive anything else there outside. He cannot see light. Similarly, the situation trees are like that. They are living trees. That's why we should be very careful when we cut a tree. It's a living soul. You can get sins for that also. The trees in advanced consciousness, a very remote consciousness, that they cannot do anything else there. They're covered with that much lust for that one. Tree is also very giving also. It's like he said, be tolerant like a tree. Tree gives you shade during summer, and winters they cut the tree to give you fuel. But for the human beings also, these 3 potencies can be done. These 3 correlations can be done. A person in mode of goodness is like a fire covered with smoke. If he gets the right association of devotees, if he gets the right sangha, if he gets the right principles, and he follows the right principle, that fire of spiritual life can be kindled from inside and become full-blown fire of spiritual life. So that could be mode of goodness. The second one is mode of passion. It's like dust on a mirror. So what is called mode of passion? Like we said about lust. Many people are very lusty, mode of passion. So they're covered with that dust. And if they get associated with a sincere, pure devotee, then the lust can be turned into love. We all, at least my life was very lusty in the past, very passionate. But by association of some great souls, association devotee. And the most important part is service. A devotional service in the temple is the key part to clean this dust from the mirror. We always say Cheto Darpana Marjanam, right? It's like chanting. But the first step, you don't get chanting and you can start doing Cheto Darpana Marjanam. First thing you associate devotees and start doing service. Pot washing, cleaning pots, associating temple devotees, doing some dust cleaning, all the stuff, serving prasadam. Then that happens. So mode of passion is this one. And the third one is, the worst is mode of ignorance. Those people who are drunkards, who don't know, meat eaters, drunkards, gamblers, everything else, they're in mode of ignorance. Because for them, what is there? Nothing else in their life. Just thinking about that. Srimad Bhagavatam gives a very nice verse in second canto, first chapter. Sukdev Goswami is answering to Parikshit Maharaj's question, what should not be heard? And he says there are thousands of topics about sense gratification. But there are very few topics of Atma Tattva realization or absolute truth. There are 1,000 topics there. So most people, what they do is, they listen to the thousands of these topics, like comic books, novels, TVs, everything. But very few listen to the Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad-Gita. So our goal should be not to listen topics, but then. Similarly, person says that most of a person's life is spent half the time in sleeping, half the time in sex desire, or half time he thinks, oh, I have an army, I've created an army of my wife, kids, everybody, and they'll protect me for all dangers. He thinks it's true, but it's false. It's never going to happen. It will never happen. Nobody can protect you. When Kal comes time, Krishna said, time I am. When Kal comes, time comes, nobody. You could be lying here and nothing can save. Prabhupada gives example of billionaire guy who was sitting there and saying, he was on the deathbed. He said, can you give me few more days? I have a lot of things to do. I can give billions of dollars. Could doctors do anything? No, useless. Nobody can do anything. When Krishna has to get somebody, Mari Krishna Rakhi ke, Rakhi Krishna Mari ke. When Krishna has to kill somebody, nobody can protect him. When Krishna protects somebody, nobody can kill him. I was giving example of great Swami who came here, Siddharth Maharaj. He was telling me a story, and I think he shared with many devotees. He's opening a beautiful temple in Raipur. And last year, he had COVID, and he was in ICU. 80 people had COVID there. And they were all in, he was suffering through badly. And that time, COVID, there was no treatment in India. You know, the COVID wave happened, thousands, 100,000 people died. But he said, Krishna, if you want to take me, I don't care. But I have this project, I need to finish this project. And he's 80-year-old. 80-year-old that time with COVID, no chance, go away. I saw deaths in my closed eyes with all those people. But out of those 80, only he survived. Everybody else died. So this says that when Krishna has to save somebody, nobody can think. So we have to have this faith, but not an army of our family or everybody else there, because they won't protect us. So I think we're coming to the last, so I'll just finish very quick. Yes. So one question is, you are hearing chanting. Sometimes, mind comes, lusty desires come. So what do you do? Do you have any control? It says one solution is there. Lord's eyebrows destroys lust. How? If you see the Lord's eyebrows, they're like bows without strings. And when you look at them and appreciate that Lord protect me, He throws with love that arrows of love to your heart and converts the lust into love. So you just look at the eyebrows and say that. And so whenever you feel by lusty, just have deities in the house. Just look at the eyebrows and look at that, and you'll see the lust will go away. I'll finish this last thing, then we'll have questions. This book, Bhagavad-Gita, It's life and soul of everyone. If people don't have it, they should definitely get it there. We have this Gita marathon. People who got this Bhagavad-Gita, it shows his action anytime. Bhagavatam, Bhagavad-Gita are Samman Bonam of everything. If you don't understand, just keep reading. How? I'll give you a story. There was a story about a kid, and his grandfather said, Father, I read Bhagavad-Gita every day, but I can't understand at all anything. The shlokas, Sanskrit, everything Sanskrit. What do I do? He said, come here. He gives him a basket. It was coal basket. He said, go bring me some water from the river. So he goes there. He brings the water. He said, oh, it's leaking through. He said, try again. You're trying harder. So he goes there and runs faster. Still leaks out. He said, looks like you're not competent enough to run there. He said, no, I'll prove you wrong. I'll be faster than the fastest man in the world. So he runs fast and comes back again. And he said, grandfather, you're lying to me. It can never happen. He said, look at your basket. The black basket completely clean. So he said, Bhagavad Gita is like that. You would not understand the starting. But if you give due respect to it and keep reading as if it's a matter of your life and death, you'll see one day you will start understanding very well. When Lord Chaitanya was in South India, there was a Brahman who was just chanting, he was illiterate, but he was just reading the shlokas wrongly. And people, all top Brahmanas were proud. He said, they were laughing at him. So Lord Chaitanya said, why? And tears were coming through his eyes. So he said that, I was just thinking that Krishna is so compassionate. Every time I can't understand anything, but I was just thinking Krishna is so compassionate that being a friend of Arjuna, he became a charioteer and traveling with him. The Supreme Lord has become charioteer. I can't come over that. So Lord Chaitanya said, he is the right understanding of Bhagavad-Gita. So key part is there, keep reading, and you will see the gold mine comes through. Just like coals, you compress, it becomes a diamond. So your coal-like heart will become a diamond if you keep compressing it. So my request is there, life is short. We don't know how long. We don't know how much life we have in our lives. But at least we can do one thing that we can today, if you can just take this chanting, just chanting every day. Try to keep, if somebody doesn't chant, okay, chant 1 round. Somebody chants 2 rounds, chant 4 rounds. This way, just take this chanting and try to see every day you can read a shloka Bhagavad-Gita. You'll see that will show the effect. Not now, give a few weeks, 3 weeks, and you'll see that effect will happen, which you never imagined. The happiness you deserve will be happen, and distress will minimize. Or you know how to fight the distress for that. So I'll stop right now, and we take a few questions. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Anybody has questions? Yes, Prabhuji? Is it working?
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Prabhuji, I can hear you.
Yes, Prabhu. So, Prabhu, I am doing every day 16 rounds
Yes.
In the morning. So, I am trying to do all rounds in the morning. But there are 2 things happen which I cannot control. So, I just want to find out what will be the option. So, one is a priority. So, my morning priority should be, first I should complete the 16 rounds. But what will happen when I do some other work, like doing laundry or something, so my mind is always go there, and then my priorities change. So that I cannot control and I cannot do chanting at the time. And second thing, our mind is always like chanchal, so it is going here and there. So just want to find out how we can control those 2 things.
So Prabhu, the first excellent question, Prabhu, we all go through that one. I have simple answer for that. Just think about it. If you know that in the next second you're going to be dying, will you do laundry or will you chanting around more intensely? So we don't know when death can happen. Some people can know cancer and they know a few months to live. Some people heart attack immediately dies. So we don't know where death can happen. Maybe while doing laundry you can die. So every second, Prabhupada, and we have to have belief in Prabhupada. Prabhupada made our life so easy. We are so thankful Prabhupada. Gaudiya Vaishnava 64 rounds. Just imagine 6-8 hours every day you'll be chanting rounds basically. Prabhupada said, no. These people are grasta, they have to do jobs, everything. Give them life easy, just 2 hours a day, just do that or something. So my request is there. Laundry can waste. If laundry or anything else waste, at that time, That's your relation between you and Krishna. Nobody should come in between. The phone should be off-side. It's not like house is going to fall off or something's going to happen. That should be, people can wait and wait basically. But your chanting should not stop. If you have time, you're very fortunate. If you can get 2 hours in the morning to chant, then chant in the morning. That's the best time. But for some reason, like some people have to go to job, that's different. But if your job where you can control it, then it's awesome, Prabhu. So that's one. Second question was, Prabhuji? Yes, mind. Mind is, yes. Prabhu, this situation we all go through. Arjuna asked Krishna, that mind is so fickle that it's so difficult to control. It's difficult to control even in the wind, he says, yes. But he says 2 things. Abhyasen and Vairagya. 2 things like detachment for material things and attachment to spiritual things and practice. How you practice? You're chanting your rounds, hearing, Shushrutam, all the time remembering. So there are 3 things Bhagavatam I was reading yesterday, beautiful thing. It says that first is you hear, then you chant, and then you remember. The rememberings and chanting comes together. So after you chant, you get this realization and think about it. So hear some like nice lectures, and then you chant and you remember. You assimilate everything. When you do those 3 things, you'll see your mind will be at ease. And sometimes you're chanting, it's okay, take like 10-minute break and read a shloka Bhagavad-Gita or Bhagavatam and start again. You'll get so much intensity to chant more after that. Is that answer, Prabhuji? Thank you, Prabhuji. Anybody else? Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, so when you start chanting,
Yes.
sometimes what happens is you start feeling good.
Yes.
You feel peaceful.
Yes.
But my question is that should the focus of be on feeling the peace in the mind, or should the focus be on making Krishna happy? Because if you're focusing on getting peace and love, with Krishna, it's kind of being selfish, right?
Yes.
So what do you have to say about that?
Very nice question, bro. I think what my personalization is that peace and happy, Krishna is making you happy basically. So Krishna is happy, so he's giving you peace. It's not like, oh, you mechanically try to say, I'm chanting, I'm getting peace for that one. No. Because you're chanting his name sincerely, and that's where you get happy. Sometimes you get tears from the eyes also. If you get really intense, you get tears of happiness. It's not you mechanically. It's somehow inside Krishna saying, oh, this person is really chanting, so let me give more step. So it's completely fine if you feel peace and happy for that. There's nothing selfish because Krishna is somewhere happy. That's why he's making you peace and happy for that. That's why that. And this is, what your experience, what we are experiencing is nama bhas or nama prad, means just the start, just the tip of the iceberg. The rest of the iceberg inside. If you advance in Krishna consciousness, you go to next stage, then what happens next stage is you become so advanced, then you can see when you're chanting, Krishna is coming in front of you, looking his pastimes. And even you go beyond, just like the Goswamis did, you can enter inside the Leelas itself. So we are so low right now that we have to advance further. What are we doing? We should all help each other out. Every time we chant, we should chant so way that very soon, let's make us go to the next level. Otherwise, I don't mind 30 years doing the same thing, Nama Prad phase or something, nothing coming through. We should be at Lord Chaitanya's phase. Nainat Galadashrudharya, Vadnam Gadga Ruday Gira. When with tears will come through, my voice will choke up when I chant your name, my Lord. That should be our goal, not mechanically, naturally. So we should try, help each other out. This congregation, we should help each other. Let's chant together every time and help each other out for that. Thank you, Prabhuji. You have anyone?
Srila Prabhupada says, if you want forget Krishna, Krishna helps for forgetting. Or you want to remember Krishna, Krishna helping for remember.
Yes. Thank you, bro. Very nice. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. Okay, so I think, yes, Prabhuji, you have a question? Yes.
You said Mahashana Mahapapa.
Yes.
We have Vairinam. So the biggest enemy, you were describing it as the biggest enemy, the lust and as per the Bhagavad-Gita.
Yes.
So is that the enemy the sense object, or the enemy is basically the lust, which is outcome of the sense object?
Well, I think ultimately, if you see, the ultimate enemy is lust, but the immediate enemy is sense object. Because through sense object, you get the lust. So if you can control the sense and sense object connection, then lust can be controlled. Got it?
So if I hate, if the enemy, do I need to hate the enemy, or I just need to be neutral to the enemy?
Well, hate is a very big thing. If you're going to hate somebody, then you cannot progress. You have to love everybody. You love everybody as servant to Krishna. Even if you say your senses are devouring some, say for example, what is the next one? Actually, the biggest vary is through lust becomes anger. Because lust doesn't make you go after somebody. Anger forces you. Why do you think like you see small these rapes happen, all the stuff? Why? Because the guy is lusty and the woman probably said no or something. She's chased woman and the guy got mad and went after her. So what was the immediate thing? Because enemy was the anger which made it happen, action happen. So both are varies, it's there. But ultimately you just try to love everybody. That's the only thing you can do. When you see someone, Lord Chaitanya loved everybody, you just feel bad for the person. And that's why, what did Lord Chaitanya says? Jare dekho tare kaho Krishna updesh. That our goal should be anybody, whether he's a ripe fruit, whether he says no to you, but at least give your best shot. Like you do as a book distributor. You do such a nice job. I say sometimes you're talking to people and sometimes people say, no, I don't want, but you still try to give to everybody. It's not like this. So that's how you should do. And the lust can automatically get control, Prabhu, for that.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Jai, Jai Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. All great assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. We have prasadam downstairs. Thank you so much. Hari Bol. Nothing, Prabhuji. Nothing like that. Any newcomers came today? अगर होगा ना मैं लेटर भेज दूंगा